Do we have a makeup or a breakup here? That is the question. In fact, it's a little bit different than just a makeup or a breakup. I guess she'd be making up with one and breaking up with the other, possibly, depending upon what the choice is. And she's trying to figure out, does she go back to her ex-husband or stay with her fiance? Which one should she do here? Now, she needs a little help choosing. Now, the reason why she divorced her husband 3 years ago is because of his excessive drinking. He was having some career struggles, and he tried drinking them away. And that just affected everything. It wasn't good for us. It was not good for our daughter. So I got away from that. Well, that was kind of a wake-up call to him. And the drinking went away. So did his career struggles. He woke up a good bit. Now it's taken pretty much all these 3 years to get there, but I definitely see the improvements. He is sober. He's doing well financially. And he reminds me of the man I married. I would take him back in an instant if I hadn't already moved on. But now, 3 years later, I'm engaged to a thoughtful man who, unfortunately, has now fallen on his own career issues. Maybe the problem is her.
Girl, you got to look within.
Yeah, you get with a guy, his career falls apart.
You breaking these bros.
And all of a sudden, he started developing this drinking habit. I don't know what's going on.
I think it might be you.
She's a monster.
Wow. She says that her now fiance's been out of a job for a year. She said he's more carefree than my ex, so he hasn't turned to drinking. In fact, he doesn't really seem to be that bothered by his unemployment.
Oh, hell no.
And now that's kind of starting to bother me.
Yeah.
He can't really contribute a lot to our mutual expenses that we have, and now I am rethinking even marrying him. In fact, I miss the life I had with my ex, and so does our teenage daughter. But my daughter also loves my fiance, and she seems to enjoy having two fathers. So here I am very conflicted. I never stopped loving my ex, and he has not been shy in stating that he wants our family back. I just hold on to the scars, though, from the nightmarish 2 years of his drinking that led to our divorce. He said some terrible things in that time. Now, my daughter has told me that she loves that I'm so much happier now, but I wonder if that will remain if my fiance cannot find work. We're getting married in January, and I'm thinking of postponing now.
Girl.
My ex-husband has told me that he is there for me, but that the offer will not be on the table forever.
So that whole for better or for worse when it comes to marriage, that's a bunch of lies.
Well, she's not married to this new guy yet. It's a fiance.
No, but what I'm saying is that guy was going through a tough time, and then she left him, and then he got better and he got sober. So he was going through the low time in his life, and she hightailed out. I'm just asking the question. I always heard when it comes to marriage, it's, for better or for worse, low times, high times, sick or for health. I guess that's not a thing people practice anymore.
It's not when you're talking about abusive situations with an alcoholic.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think abusive with an alcoholic, you have every right to pack it up and get out of there.
Did it say he was physically abusive or just verbally?
It did not. It just said that it was a nightmarish 2 years. So I don't know what that means and what made it nightmarish. She did not.
It was probably really yucky,
explain.
And she was doing it for her daughter and herself.
Yeah.
Is it possible they're both at fault?
I'm sure in most situations you have a lot of blame to go around for everybody. The question is just who. And then I think we're talking about redemption as well in this situation, because she's looking at it saying the man that I chose to marry is back to being himself. He is the father of our biological daughter. She obviously loves her dad and is happy that he is clean and sober now. And the ugly things she saw with his drinking are obviously gone. But she does love her fiance, and she is, though, taking into account their future and the struggles are going to happen, is the fact that he's unemployed, money's not coming in, but he seems a little bit unbothered by it. And it seems to be adding stress to her life.
What makes him undateable is the fact that he's unemployed and unbothered by it. Not only do you not marry an unemployed man, you don't date an unemployed man. You have to be the breadwinner, and he's not contributing anything. That's not fair.
Well, I don't know if that's always the case. Sometimes people do fall into hard times, and
absolutely, you got to pick yourself up and you got to get back out there. He's happy being unemployed.
But that's according to her.
She said unbothered. Now, I think unbothered is different from
unbothered
being happy.
is a problem.
And unbothered could be the energy he has with her. It's possible that when he's alone, it is bothering him, but for her, he's putting on a brave face. I don't know.
Not everyone cries, screams, throws something off the wall to show that they're bothered. Some people are able to hold whatever's bothering them, they're able to hold it inside and not exhibit certain behaviors. Maybe he is bothered it. But what I don't like about some of these things sometimes is we're getting one perspective from a situation when there's two people involved here. How do we know this is what exactly is happening unless you're there?
We don't.
You don't know.
Mm-hmm. So I think she is looking for some guidance as to what she should do. I think the first step is good. You have a lot of uncertainty here, and there's no reason to get married in January. You don't have to rush that. So she's already, working on postponing that.
Who's paying for a wedding to an unemployed man?
Well, they could just be doing a quickie. Going to a lot of people are going to a courthouse or something like that. Not really. But it becomes legally binding, even if you're not paying for an actual wedding and just making it legally binding. Then you're now tethered to this individual financially.
When you're this confused and you're got all this stuff in your head, you need to be alone when it comes to romance and figure some things out. Because now you are with this one husband, but you don't know if you want to be with him. Now you're missing your ex. There's kids. You need to clear your head and stop trying to make all these moves because you're confused. You got too much confusion going on.
And you can be honest with everybody. I think if you told every man in this equation what was in your head, that would probably make it a lot clearer for everybody what the steps next need to be.
It sounds to me like she has been honest with her ex-husband, who's come to her and said, hey, I would like to get our family back together now that I'm back together. And she has said, I have a fiance. Like that can't happen right now. And he said, okay, the offer's on the table, but it's not going to stay there forever. And I think that's the only thing where the clock is ticking. And that's why this is something where she just can't choose to be by herself. If she does choose her ex-husband, she needs to make that choice relatively quick.
Let's make no mistakes about this. She's definitely already slept with her ex-husband. They've already hooked up. That's why she's emailing. That's why there's matters of the heart. That's why she's got a heavy heart. She's confused and she wants to hear the answers she wants to hear about. She wants to hear us say it's okay, go back with the ex and go sleep with them.
Well, just like we don't marry an unemployed man, we also don't take ultimatums from an ex telling us the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Because I'm going to do this in my time, and you don't get to tell me what my time is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think you run back to the ex-husband, and that is the least popular answer that we have. Only 9% of people are saying that she should choose her ex-husband, who's now back to being clean and sober, and rekindle the family.
And unfortunately, man, that is life. Sometimes you go through some bad stuff happens, and there's your lesson, and you have to own it. It may not be meant to be. I know you had a 3-year run where things were bad. It might not be in the cards for you to get back together with your ex-wife, because that's the lesson and the problem here.
Not many more people are choosing her fiance, though. Only 13% of people are saying to stay with the fiance. I think you're doing the smart thing, postponing that marriage. You can hang on for a little bit, but it sounds like you're already mentally kind of getting out. And the majority, overwhelmingly, 75% of people are saying she should go with neither.
I agree.
Go
with yourself.
I see this with so many people in my own life where they are in a relationship. The relationship is going terrible. It's sour. They're struggling. And what do as soon as they break up? They immediately jump into a brand new relationship. And it's like, give yourself some time to let the storm clear.
Amen.
Get your head back. Get centered.
Well, she's had 3 years. I mean, I don't know how long you need to take off.
It's not 3. For her, it's not been 3 years.
She's been divorced 3 years.
It's been in her head. It's not been 3 years. This has been something that's not a 3-year issue.
She needs to sit her fiance down and tell him what's on her mind and be honest. And they probably don't need to be together until he can get his life together. She might need to be by herself and think things through.
Yeah, I would just say your priority is your teenage daughter.
Yes.
Look after her. You guys really focus on life together, and then you'll see whatever man is around. Look, the biological father is still going to be around. your ex-husband.
And it's a good thing now he's got a job. He's paying child support. So you're good there. You don't need this man in your bed to complete your life.
But no, you have to have that because you have to create the drama. You need the drama in your life. Without the drama, we can't keep this thing going.
Yeah. So I would say pump the brakes. I don't think you have to have this answer right now. I know what's in your head is your husband gave you that ultimatum, but you're right. Don't play to that ultimatum. You need to take your time to make sure you resolve and do the right things. And probably only time will tell you what that answer is.
Amen.